Hey guys, welcome back. It is opening weekend here in Iowa and my first official sit of the statewide archer season. It's Saturday afternoon, October 2nd, and we've got pretty warm conditions. It's 80 degrees, 82 degrees when we got here. And we're doing a hanging hunt on this small parcel that I bought this year. We made one hunt here during youth season and had a pretty good hunt. Tonight we came in with a west wind and hung on this bluff. We're blowing our wind back over this bluff. Got a bedding area to our north, and we're hunting this mowed path down to the food plot. I got to keep my voice down a little bit because we've got a couple fawns in the food plot about 60 yards away right now. But it's nice to see them on their feet. It's we got about 2.5 hours left to go. And despite less than ideal conditions, I'm pretty pumped to be out. As you guys saw last week, my oldest daughter Bella had success during the youth season. So while we're waiting to get a doe in range, we're going to show you guys that hunt. It was an awesome experience for us, and I hope you guys enjoy.
We're gonna go hunting on the farm, and we're gonna shoot a big buck.
I'm just excited to be out. Nice weather. Let's see if we can get one. Let's go for a walk. Well, it is Tuesday, September 21st, the first day of fall. And right in time, we have a nice cold front come through last night. The high today is 71. And we got high pressure and a northwest wind. Beautiful afternoon. Bella got dropped off at my office after work, and we have slipped out to the home farm. Sunday we went out to the main river bottom farm and hunted, and we saw probably like 15 does and one small buck, but it was overall slow. It was like 92 degrees that day. It was really hot. And then we had thunderstorms come through last night with this front, and today's just absolutely beautiful. It's supposed to get down to 41, I think, tonight. So these next few days should be pretty good. Like I said, we're out at the home farm. Her primary deer she really wants to shoot this year is Patient X, but I've got a number of mature bucks. We've got Big Mac. We've got a really big framed 8 that was a nice 4-year-old last year, and he started showing up right here on this food plot. I've got 2 cameras on the fence line. He showed up last week or 10 days ago with the front that we had then, so he could pop up tonight. And then there's another buck that's like a big mainframe 7-point that we've filmed quite a few times in velvet this past summer, and he's been working these scrapes as well. I still have not seen any signs of techs, but this is the spot that he typically shows up first, and he typically shows up the end of September, so there is an off chance that he just kind of pops up too. You know, these fronts this time of year can really get him up, and these beans, while in the last 3 to 5 days they've really started to yellow and defoliate. This field and the field behind us were planted about 14 days behind the rest of the farm because of rain this past spring. So these are the most green beans on the farm, and we'll see. I mean, they look pretty good, and hopefully one of these big bucks shows up tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ready to take one down? You've been waiting patiently.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good luck. Let's get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's walk through the scope. The screen right here. He's on the other side of the fence. He's just in the grass right there. If he goes too far that way, he's gonna get our wind. Hopefully we're bottled up enough. Nice deer. Dude, he must have been bedded right there. Look, I think he just stood up. He's certainly acting like that's what happened. Here comes Don's father. You gotta be kidding me. I hear it. With that blood screen, it might be alright. Well, it got exciting there for a second. It's about 5:40, and one of our target bucks tonight just stood up out of his bed at 75 yards, right on the other side of the fence along the creek. And that's exactly what he did last time a cold front came through. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but it was probably 10 to 14 days ago. We had a cold front come through, and that was actually the first pictures I've got of him this year. Was 5:30, 5:45 right here on this scrape that's 50 yards in front of the blind. And we were just talking about strategies and things and shooting, and I look up out the window and I could just see his head. And he was surveying the food plot. I imagine, he was going to jump the fence and come eat some beans or work the scrape or whatever. But unfortunately, the farmer that I bought this ground from, he lives right here next door still, and he rode the four-wheeler through, and the deer ran back into the bedding area. So hopefully it's early enough and he comes work his way back out, or one of these other bucks makes an appearance before it gets dark. We still got not quite 2 hours to go, so plenty of time. First deer in the field, shooter buck. Amazing what a cold front will do. So far, good set. That's a grandpa deer. He's a 5-year-old. Go down. You're right here with Daddy, okay? You're doing a great job. So cool. What a cool deer. Nice, easy breathing. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Yeah, good job. Just relax your body. Okay, get down on your gun. Let's see how it is right there. How's it looking in the scope?
Good.
You got a good sight picture? Oh man, you're so awesome. You're so brave and awesome. I love it. Mommy's gonna be so excited. This is where we're gonna be able to see his whole body. Okay, there you go. That's your shot. Put it right behind his shoulder. Go ahead, take it off of safety. Let's shoot him. Let's shoot him, baby.
Yeah, let's shoot him.
Yeah, let's shoot him. Barrel, red dot, black means red. Barrel, red dot, black means red. Barrel, red dot, black means red. Look at him. 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 Oh, Bella. Oh, Bella. 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 I love you so much. You did it, baby. You did it. You did it. You did it. You overcame that fear. You were afraid. Huh? And you did so awesome. And you made a perfect shot. He's already dead. He's already dead. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Can I have a hug? Can I have a hug? Oh, baby. I know you were scared. You did so good. You did so good. You did so good. That's a big old deer. So that couldn't have worked out any better. I just looked at the GoPro timer. That was 37 minutes. That was the same buck that had popped out at 5:40, and then when the farmer drove by, he kind of went into the brush. We saw him one other time after he had passed by on the four-wheeler, but he went away from us down to the creek, and I said, well, it's early and hopefully he pops back out. And then I was actually setting up a GoPro out the window to do a time lapse, and Ryan says, he's back in that corner. And he jumped the fence and just like slowly, it took 37 minutes, and I wanted him to get right here, right in front of us. There's a scrape, and I knocked down the beans right there. so Bella would be able to see his body, and that's why we didn't shoot that whole time, because you can only see the top half of his body, and she's pretty anxious, and I wanted to have a little more room for error, and she just did great. So awesome, super pumped. Giant 8-pointer, got some character points at the bases. Got good history with that deer, so let's get down and go take a look at him. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, you can go ahead.
He was like right here,
Yeah, he was.
like messing around with these twigs.
I mean, he didn't make it anywhere.
Mama, I got a deer!
Wow, Isabel! You just took the deer that you wanted to get?
No, I didn't get Patient X. I got an 8-pointer.
A bigger one. He's way bigger than Patient X.
He's super fat.
We got our buck dragged out of the beans and out in the open here. Got him tagged up. What a beautiful deer. This buck is, I think he's a 5.5-year-old. I got a lot of pictures of him last year. He actually looked very, very similar to this. Looked like a pretty classic 4.5. Didn't change a whole lot this year. Just a great big frame. Beautiful deer. Got a great summer coat on him. And, we got beans here. I wrapped it in plot screen since I didn't have, tall corn. As you saw in the video, the farmer that I bought this from still uses this farm road to cut through to his other piece of property. And we try to communicate, it just doesn't always work. So he popped through today when this buck was actually out. And thankfully it was early enough that he made a reappearance. But I used the plot screen to sort of help the deer not just have a direct, uninterrupted sight of the ATVs and UTVs going up and down the road here. I've watched him multiple times. They're really used to him driving up and down the road. And so a lot of the deer will sit in the food plot and just watch him buzz by and not really move. And he didn't go very far. I mean, he just went like 20 yards to the left and then ended up coming back in the thicket for a little bit and came out. The other thing I'd like to talk about is just the struggles we've had with the gun. Bella did an amazing job tonight. I'm really proud of her. We've been kind of battling this, wouldn't you say, for a while. She shot her first deer when she was 6. And we practiced with the 22 a lot, and then she ended up, I loaded down the muzzle loader and she killed the deer. And then the next year, she shot a doe. Actually, Max was filming that. Didn't have it shouldered really well, and it kind of scarred her. I mean, she was, I was afraid I had ruined it, and I had messed up, but we took a year off. She was pretty nervous to shoot even the 22 after that. Last year, got her excited with the crossbow. Her little sisters were shooting the crossbow. She moved up, started shooting that, and then we had a great successful late season. And then this past spring, I got a little 20 gauge and we managed to get behind a gun again, have some success in the turkey woods. And so this year, I talked to a lot of guys about options here in Iowa, and the 350 Legend little compact gun was what everybody recommended. So I picked one up a month ago and we started shooting. And really, we started out with the 17, just to get used to the noise and all that, and then we moved up. I really wanted her to shoot it before we came out, and she actually shot 16 rounds this past week, and started out really strong, no flinch, no nothing, and just shooting the target up great. We're just trying to hone in the scope for her, and then as the days went on, she kind of got a little afraid of the gun and didn't want to shoot it anymore, and I was afraid we weren't going to make it out this youth season. There was a lot of talking back and forth, and just Friday, we managed to get the box out, get the target out, and talk through everything and how she can do it and it doesn't hurt her and how she's capable. She kept saying she was thinking about that muzzle loader. And I'm really proud of how she worked through it. Even tonight when the buck came out and I said, hey, this is a shooter, you could tell she got kind of quiet and she was nervous about whether or not she could do it. And she made a perfect shot. Deer didn't go 20 yards. And you could tell in the video how excited we were just because we sort of overcame some of that fear and anxiety about shooting the gun at a deer. So pretty awesome, really proud dad here. Bella's 10 this year and she's turning into quite the little hunter. She's got some great bucks under her belt and she's really patient and does a good job behind the weapon. So I'm pumped. September 21st, we got a great buck down. But what a great way to kick off the year. Rye did an awesome job laying down the footage, and doesn't get much better than this.
Thank you for watching Midwest Whitetail. Bye.
Awesome job, honey.
Yeah.
Bella's super proud of that buck, and I'm really proud of her and the way she handled herself in that situation. She did a great job on a really cool buck. Youth season is officially over in Iowa tomorrow, and I wasn't able to get the girls comfortable, my other two girls comfortable with that 350 Legend, so we're going to be focusing on late season with them with the crossbow. They did a good job last year, and so we're going to wait to take them out during that time. As expected here tonight, the movement's been pretty slow. We have not seen a deer since those two fawns popped out in the food plot right after we set up. We've got about 20 minutes left, so there's still a chance we'll get a doe in front of us. As far as the coming weeks, you know, we have a couple of weather patterns coming through, a couple subtle temperature changes. One of them's tomorrow. Not as good as we were hoping, but the team is primarily going to be focusing on some doe management here, and then, you know, we'll see if we get a nice weather front come through, we might make a move on one of our targets. Another thing I wanted to mention to you guys is that we're getting going here on our podcast. We just uploaded our first episode yesterday, Midwest Whitetail After Hours. And it's a little bit different style than what most of you have probably seen before. But basically the idea behind it is we're gonna all go out and hunt, and then we're gonna all jump on a Zoom call after the hunt and discuss what we're seeing to provide some real-time information back to everybody, and upload that on our YouTube channel and anywhere else you could find podcasts. So we're really excited about that, and we hope you guys enjoy that. I'm going to get quiet here for these last 20 minutes. We really appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll see you back next week.